so it's like a little bit backwards. But anyway, so I'll just wait for everybody to pop in. And yeah, I didn't get to hang out with you guys last Saturday. Some stuff came up. So I guess we'll talk about that too. But yeah, it'll be just nice to see everybody. Maybe I should grab my water. What happened to my water? Let's go grab my water. Hold on, we're moving. We're off to get some water. Because we do get thirsty during this chat, so. Okay, going back. Anyway, okay. Like I said, I hope you guys are having a lovely Saturday. I hope you guys had a fantastic Friday. And yeah, so hey Michelle, happy Saturday. Sorry, I want to put my phone on my tripod. Normally I have it facing the other way, but whatevs. But anyway, any plans? Anybody have any plans for today or tomorrow? Or do you guys do any fun things for Friday maybe? I just got back from yoga a little while ago. Had lunch and then ready for the live chat. Oh, and by the way, I have a deck that came in the mail. This is one that was sent to me by the creator. And so I'm going to be doing a deck review of this, but I figured for my live chat crew, maybe we'll do just like a quick little sort of like mini walkthrough of this deck first, so you guys get to see it first. Because I haven't really seen many images online, but the ones I did see online, I was like, okay, I think I can get down with that. So yeah, we'll see what it's all about, because this will be the first time I'm really looking at it too, because I picked it up on my way to yoga, so it's not like I can look at all the cards while I'm driving, or doing yoga. Okay, let's see. Michelle is decluttering papers, not very exciting, but listening to live, so it's nice for me. Excellent. So yeah, well, what do I have today? After the live chat today, I have a few readings to do. And I mailed off, there was a rainbow bridge pendant that I made last night for somebody, so mailed that off, and yeah, I guess that's it for today. Susie, hey. So yeah, this morning, I guess I'll start off with a little story for this morning. But when I woke up, James was like, oh, I have something to show you. And it was that a fake Instagram account was made of my account. Hey, butterfly. And I was kind of thinking, because I've been seeing this, it's like been running rampant. Like, I mean, it's been going on for a while, but it seems like as of late, like that the past several months, those scammers are like upping the ante. Like every tarot reader, astrologer, like witchy person, like everything, like just accounts galore. And apparently there's a like a group called like Scammers Alert or something like that, where basically you can put what the fake page is on there so people can keep an eye out and not be duped by these scammers. Oh, Silver Star, hello. Let's see. Sai Sumi, how are you? It says, I'm here. I was outside and didn't hear the ding. Well, hello. Welcome. Well, I literally just like hopped on like 4 minutes ago. So yeah. So I believe the account was up for roughly maybe 9 hours, and then I, sent a little message to Instagram saying, hey, this is a fake account and they're impersonating me. So it took them just maybe under 20 minutes, and then the account was taken off. So it's no longer on Instagram, but I know that other people, especially our friend Claudia, Claudia Olivos, who has created, her gorgeous, all her artwork and her goddess deck, and she's been having to deal with some stuff, over with sellers like overseas, where they're selling her artwork, even trademarked, like it has the trademark on there. And they're saying like, no, they don't want to take her stuff down because they still have inventory. So they said that they'll stop selling her stuff once they finish selling her stuff. Like, it's crazy, you guys. So please, you know, keep your peepers open. If you see anything that seems funny, I especially like real readers and astrologers and whatnot are never gonna DM you and be like, hey, and first of all, I think they call everybody dear, which is interesting. Like, hello, dear. Would you like to get a reading from me? Like, we don't do that. So, um, so yeah, just if it sounds funky, and even if it does sound like me, you can always ask a question that you know the answer to, that I know the answer to, and maybe they wouldn't know. Like, you can ask them, oh, if this is Tara, where do her 2 cats live? Or you can even ask, what are the names of her cats? Or how many cats does she own? You know, things like that. And if they can't answer, then, or if it doesn't feel right, just look and make sure that it's me or anybody else, or any decks that you see being sold elsewhere other than like people's websites. Like, sometimes people sell their decks wholesale to other websites, you know, their oracle decks and their tarot decks. You know, and people have contacted me saying, hey, we saw your decks being sold in Portugal. And that's because I sold some of them wholesale to my friend Wasima, so that people living abroad wouldn't have to pay so much in shipping to buy my Wally's World. You know, they could just buy it through her. So sometimes that's the case. But always, you know, if you see something fishy, you know, report it, let us know. Sometimes it's nothing, sometimes it is something, you know, because we want to keep the integrity of what we do. So anyway, let's see, let's go back here. Everybody's saying hello. And Susie said, yes, Claudia, ugh, makes me so mad. Yeah, they were like straight stealing her work. And they're like, okay, we just have to sell all of your inventory first. Like, what? Hey, Lisa, how are you? Lady Night, what's up? So, yay, so good to see you guys here today. So, yeah, it was an interesting morning. I wasn't really upset at all. It was more like, I kind of felt like it's gonna happen someday. I kept seeing it happen to like literally almost everybody that I follow, you know, like Cosmic Creeper and Avalon Cameron, and like just, you know, the Claire Goodchild, you know, created the Antique Anatomy Tarot and so many other things. And it was like all these creators and readers, I just saw like fake account after fake account, and I was just like thinking, well, I guess I'll be next. And I think the best thing is just hopefully I catch it early, just have Instagram take it down, and you know, that's all I can do, really. I mean, it didn't really put a cramp in my day, because I'm like, you know, people know how I sound, I think, for the most part, and if it sounds like I'm coming across in some weird kind of wording, I think you guys would know that it's not me.
You don't solicit readings.
Yeah, and I don't solicit readings. Yeah, I'm never like tapping up, or I don't think any legit person's ever like going up to people being like, hello, would you like to get a reading from me? Like, that's like harassment. Like, we don't harass people. Okay, Lady Knights, the fake deck industry is really booming, it seems, as well as the fake accounts. Exactly. It's kind of, yeah. But, you know, I guess all we can do is keep, you know, looking out for each other. Just make sure that these people don't get what they're after, which is people's money. So just keep reporting them, taking them down, and that's all we can do. Like I said, it didn't really bother me. Like, I wasn't like torn up about it. I was just like, well, that's what happens, and we take care of it. And, you know, I just hope that they get tired of maybe having to put all this effort into creating a fake account and then it's just getting taken down immediately. So hopefully maybe they just stop. I don't know. Let's see. Silver Star says, could not believe they had 1,000 subs. It was very sad. I wondered how many fell for it. Yeah, I was like thinking, I was like, did they like get a bunch of like fake followers? Or what James was thinking, maybe it was another account. Then they changed the name on that account because people were growing suspicious, and they were like just getting followers, continuing to change the name of that particular account to a different reader. So I don't know. That was interesting. I was like, how did they get like over 1,000 followers in like 9 hours? Like what? Let's see. A Lady Knight said on Facebook, they don't take down fake accounts since it doesn't violate their community guidelines. I have reported scammers and they couldn't care less. Dude, Facebook, I don't even go on Facebook really much anymore. Just, it's so, what do I say? They don't seem to care about, it's like just money. They just care about really money, and it's so, they don't care about the people that are, being scammed on there or anything like that. Like it's just, nope. Susie says, I keep getting hit up by the Illuminati group in Europe, so I'm playing along, wasting their time. P.S. I am not in the Illuminati. Nice. That's what James was saying. He was like, maybe, he says, he goes, your friends and stuff could like waste their time, because if you're wasting their time, that's less time that they have to go scam somebody else, because now they're focused on you because they think they have you hooked. So you could say something like, oh, yes, the dark forces are after me. Tell me more about the dark forces. Yeah, I can't really log into my PayPal right now, but tell me more about what do they call it? The witch's darkness? Is that what they were going after? Somebody else said that they were, through my account, they were saying, you have a witch's darkness curse on you. Like, what the WTF? Like, a witch's darkness? Like, anyway, although one of my followers said, they wrote to the person, I hope somebody drops a house on you. I was like, okay, well, let's not wish the house gets dropped on them, but it's still funny. And Silver Star Priestess, I loved your response. The F off, that was awesome. But yeah, just like, I don't know, I think it would kind of be not fun, but just like, what they're doing. So I think if you could just like kind of reel them in, because they think they're reeling you in, but the pole has been reversed, you're the fish. So like reel them in and keep them on the line as long as possible, because I think that's while you're getting them reported, and getting them deleted, you can keep them from scamming somebody else in the interim. I don't know. I would do it. Let's see. Let me get back here. Jezebel's like, hello, who is James? Oh, okay. Oh, Jezebel, it's been a while. So James is my boyfriend, and he actually just stepped outside. You guys probably know him. He's Light of Riga, over on YouTube and Instagram. So he's the crystal dude. He always deals in everything crystals. So actually, that's what he's doing outside right now. I still have to go take pictures of some crystals. Let me see. Lady Knight said Instagram belongs to Facebook, so I guess it's kind of the same. Yeah, and in Instagram, at least for the most part, I think they're good at taking down the fake accounts. But Instagram, the way their filters and their bots work, it's like if somebody posts something that is for whatever they deemed like they don't like the wording, or even the wording of somebody's comments, they like remove it or they reduce its exposure. So there's a lot of people who their content, their exposure is just, and a lot of people do business through Instagram, like their crystal business, tarot readings and stuff like that. And Instagram is like reducing the amount of people that can see their stuff, which is kind of jacked up. Yet their scammers just run rampant. And I'm just like, things got to change. A lot of things got to change about everything, about everything in the world. Let's see. Sumi says, Witch's Darkness actually sounds pretty cool. And Lisa's showing the house. Is the house getting dropped? Jezebel's like, the Witch's Darkness, do you mean my personality? Lisa's like, I love darkness. Oh, dude, if only that was the comeback. Oh, but I love the Darkness. Actually, it's a great band, The Darkness. Remember them? Early 2000s. Sumi's like, yes, my Dracula has a tan. He just got back from vacation. Nice. Silver Star says, I was reporting them as I was responding and texting you after that. Nice. Very nice. Lisa says, I report under spam when it doesn't let me select impersonating someone. They need, yes, put more restrictions on these fake accounts. Hey, Yashani, hello, how are you? Um, so yeah, there's that. So that's kind of like, I guess like within our community, that's like the stuff that's going on is basically rampant with the fake accounts. Like not just me, but like a lot of people. So just keep reporting, you guys. Just trust your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it doesn't hurt to just ask. I mean, I think I've gotten spammers a few times. Some people saying that there's a curse on me and they need to remove this curse. And I was like, but it's good to curse once in a while because it releases your throat chakra. Or maybe that's cussing. Anyway. But yeah, so I've reported some fake accounts. So you guys just report, and that's all we can do. So, and if you must curse, release that throat chakra. So yeah. In other news, okay. So people were wondering about last Saturday. So I made a post here on YouTube saying that I couldn't do my live chat because there was a bit of an emergency and I actually dealt with James's car. And it's like, first let me preface all this stuff first. Lisa says, they say people who curse are more trustworthy and honest. Dude, my friend Annette, when we were at yoga today, we were saying that we're like, we don't trust people who don't curse. Like their throat chakra is so not open. Oh my gosh. Ladies' night is like, yes, dropping some F-bombs every now and then. If you guys could hear me in person, obviously I censor myself with the cussing on YouTube because I'm trying to that's part of how I get paid, right? So I'm not trying to get demonetized for all of my F-bombs and my stuff that I say in Spanish as well. So anyway, but yeah, in person, I mean, I don't swear like a sailor, not like my stepmom. Dude, she could make a sailor blush and she was a linguistics professor. So she really knows how to swear. But anyway, but yeah, I'm kind of a swear bear sometimes. I guess when I'm in a really good mood, I swear more. But Lisa's like, I say shiitake mushrooms when I notice I'm about to curse around my nieces. Dude, that happens when because I still feel like I'm a kid when I'm around my parents, right? So I don't really cuss around my parents. So I'll be like that. I'm like, what the shoot, man? Like, shoot. My dad's like, oh, Shani says, I'm good. We have Navaratri festival going on. Yay! Enjoying the time. And yeah, I was going to ask you, how are you feeling? You said that the recipes helped a lot to feel better in dealing with, is it dengue? I keep pronouncing incorrectly. Although I did tweak them a little bit as per availability of stuff. Of course, as you should always. Sumi says, when you're at your man's parents' house and have to be on your best behavior. Exactly. Swear words? Me? No. Silver Stars, they actually proved cussing when you get hurt reduces the pain because it's an energetic release. I've read that too. I'm like, so if you smash your finger, it's you just let it go. Billy, oh my gosh, how are you? How are you? So anyway, Ishani, I am so glad that you are feeling a lot better. Continue to heal, my friend. I'm glad that the recipes worked. And yeah, always with any recipe, people give me recipes, I tweak them. I mean, what do I have on hand? It's the best thing. Okay, Ishani says, we also pronounce it dengue, although some people pronounce it as dengue. Dengue too? Okay, all right. Dengue. I got you. Billy said, hi all, hugs to all. Lisa said, 2 of my siblings cuss a lot and one doesn't at all, so it's hilarious when she actually does. She abbreviated everything. Nice. Hey, Sherry Bug. Hello, hello. Billy's like, sorry to hear about James's car. Hashtag nightmare. Okay, so yeah, I said I want to give you guys a little preface, and then we'll dive into that. Sumi said, really? Thought that was our animal instincts. Nice. And Shawnee said, thank you, Susie and Tara, everyone else. Susie, Miss and Sherry Bug, we miss you too. Okay, so the car incident, and actually stuff that's just been going on in general. Lady Night giving a shout out to everybody coming into the chat. People have been having all kinds of issues. James had his car stolen. Friends of mine have hurt their backs. You know, some people have sustained some like weird and awkward injuries. Even on here, you know, from our little group here, some people have had like just weird stuff happen. Some misfortunate things. Some people got into accidents and stuff like that. And it's like, I know it's a really weird energetic time. Not just the Mercury retrograde, not just all the planets and their retrogrades and stuff like that, but just energetically. And we've said this about October, that energetically stuff was going to be intense and it was going to move fast. But it's bringing up a lot of stuff, you know, so that when people get hurt, when people have things stolen from them, when people are impersonated, you know, falsely, it's bringing up people's shadows. And for me, when somebody, like for me, one of my pet peeves, or I guess it's a shadow, is I don't like people thinking I've said something that I haven't, or misinterpret what I say. Maybe it's a Gemini thing, you know, I want good communication. And so I felt like that shadow started to come up of like, oh my gosh, somebody, you know, hacked and created a fake account of mine. And they're talking to people as if they're me. And so at first I was thinking, oh my gosh, these people think I said this. And then I realized, you know, I've kind of released that shadow, and then it just like, it didn't bother me. Like, I was like, people know me, and that's not me. So, so yeah, so a lot of stuff coming up for a lot of people, just based on issues that have been coming up. Billy said, late hubby was well-traveled and learned to swear in many languages. Running a few swears in one go really helps let out the stuff. Nice. Susie said, I had a nasty person on Facebook. Ugh, ugh, ugh. We're going to do a mega like cleansing at the end of this chat, by the way. We need to release some of this nasty stuff. Lady Night said Mercury retrograde is the shoe this time. Edgar, hello, happy Saturday. Sumi's like, OJ Simpson has entered the chat. Susie, we need to talk into another oh yes, maybe this coming week. We need to have another tarot workout. I think we need to have another tower moment of wee. Susie is so right. So you know what? That's it. We're gonna do that this upcoming week. Essence, hello. Lady Night said, I mean, Facebook and Instagram were gone for half a day and the world freaked out. I know. I'm like, what was that? I didn't care, actually. I was like, oh, cool, because that gives me time to do other things instead of like posting on Instagram. I was like, okay, I'm going to go out into the forest, or actually the desert. I went out into the middle of the desert. Silver Star said, definitely a lot of shadow work, intense energy period. Been a week, I'll tell ya. Lisa said, I actually felt relief when that happened. You know, it's interesting how much energy we pour into social media, even if we don't like create tons of content, you know. And then when that shut down, a lot of people felt like, whoa, like a weight had been lifted off their shoulders. And it's like, wow, you know, I know it does a lot of good, but you know, it's a balance. So there's a lot of good, but also causes people a lot of stress. And I think it was to help us see, you know, from, if you want to look at it from an outside perspective, like, or a higher perspective, it helps us to see like how much, you know, our energy goes into things and where we would like to put that energy instead. And if you feel like, oh, I felt so much lighter afterwards, then maybe we're like, okay, maybe once a week I'll take like a no post, no social media, type stuff. And I usually do that once or twice a week. I just like go totally silent on all social media. And I found that just energetically, I feel so much better. And I feel more productive, and the things that I do end up creating, I feel more creative and I have better ideas. So, um, let's see. Somebody said, raise your hand if Mercury retrograde has shanked you in the prison yard. Superstar said, me too. I was glad it was down. Jezebel says, when you don't use Facebook and only Instagram when traveling by bus, you need to chat to tell you it has been down. Exactly. It's like, oh my God, Facebook's down. I was like, okay, peace out. I'm going out into the middle of the desert to go do stuff. Let's see. Sherrybug says, I think the only thing Mercury retrograde has done for me is brought weird, needy guys trying to talk to me online. Thanks, but no thanks. That's interesting. Mercury is like, hey, how about this weirdo? How about this weirdo? Oh. Oh, Silverstar talking to Sai, yes, kicking my booty more than any other. So, okay, so like I said, the preface to all of this stuff is like, stuff is coming up. So when people are getting hurt, when people have unfortunate events happening, when stuff is stolen, things like that, I believe this is forcing us to look at those shadows, because obviously, I mean, yeah, you might say, like, who wouldn't be upset if they get hurt? Who wouldn't be upset by having their account hacked? Who wouldn't be upset with having their stuff stolen or feeling violated that way? Of course. But sometimes we have to find out where some of those emotions are stemming from. Sometimes it could be, a childhood thing of having things taken away and feeling like people are taking your stuff away. And it's a reminder of, hey, you still have this core belief or shadow that at some point, somebody's going to take your stuff away. Somebody's going to steal from you. Somebody's going to backstab you. And the quicker we release these things and find out, like, whoa, what's this incident trying to teach me? And yes, sometimes things happen, but there's also layers to it, so we find out, okay, I can learn from this, and I can heal from this so that these future events don't have to happen, because it's lessons I don't need to learn, anymore. And so I think that all this stuff is coming up for people because it's like, okay, people, like, let's get rid of these shadows, okay? We have these core beliefs that aren't true, and it's bringing things into your reality that aren't true, and are hurtful and painful. So let's like finally release it. So that was the conversation that James and I had about his vehicle, and that's why I said I wanted to kind of like preface everything before I jump into the story. Let's see. Sherrybug's like, exactly, Lisa. I think it has caused people to actually face things. Yes. And Jezebel, I've had a great retrograde. Now I fear I'm in for a rude surprise. Hey, maybe, and it's not 100% everybody, but a lot of people, going through some stuff. Susie said, Saturn goes direct tomorrow. So buckle up, kids. So, okay, so here's what happened the day we found James's car was stolen. James, yes, my boyfriend. I was at yoga with my friend Annette, and it was just her and I. I was the only person that showed up for yoga practice that day, and so we were just chit-chatting after yoga, and James called. And normally he doesn't call me when I'm at yoga because he knows I'm coming right home. So I'm like, that's odd. And her and I were just talking about him, all good things though. Jezebel's like, love Saturn, that's home. So he calls and he's like, hey. I'm like, hello. And he says, I have my packages, because he, like I said, he has his crystal shop, Light of Riga. So he had packaged up all his crystals to mail off to his customers. And he was standing there, he says, in the parking lot with his packages, getting ready to go to the post office, and the car wasn't there. Hey, Roman Biscotti, what's up? Long time no see. Long hair, skinny eye toe, what? How are you guys? So yeah, he's standing there and he says, I'm literally still in the parking lot and my car isn't here. What do I do? And I was like, well, call the police, call, see if it's been towed, see. And he's like, should I call the apartment complex? Like, yeah, call them too. I was like, I'll be right home. So I get in my truck and I'm trying to drive as fast as possible without like causing attention on the freeway. And all of a sudden I hit mega traffic like just before my exit to get off, which is strange because it's Saturday and there's usually no traffic on a Saturday. Sherry Bug said it's probably in the desert between there and Mexico. It's what happens many times in Arizona. Well, I'll get to that. So let's see. Billy says, listening with closed eyes, been ignoring a migraine for a few hours now. Oh no. Well, definitely, tap into our healing at the end will help. Like I said, I think people have some like built up pressure and energy. And for some people, it's been migraines. I have had like headaches like no other. I'm pretty sure they were migraines because it was like blurring my vision. I never have had migraines before, but yeah, it's the energy. It's the energy. And we'll help release some of that later on. Everybody's saying hello, hello. So yeah, I'm trying to get off the freeway, but cars are just inching along and I'm like, what is going on? And so since I'm not going anywhere, I decide to check my phone while I'm on the freeway because we're stopped. And on my phone, it says that they have shut down the 202 and the 60 freeways because some major accidents like spilled all over all the freeways. Like, how big of an accident does your car flip over onto another freeway? Like, what the heck, man? So it's this huge accident. Apparently some folks died, unfortunately, but that's been like a lot of stuff happening on the Arizona roads lately. Like, they've been shutting down roads because people are literally dying now in car accidents. Like, I'm like, dude, it's getting crazy. Billy said, yeah, need new glasses plus stress and lack of sleep and water. Yes, hydrate, my friend, hydrate. Thanks, everyone. I'm okay. Happens. I call it a factory reset, probably bed day tomorrow. Yes. And Sherry Bug said, my whole body hurts right now, but it's not mercury. It's jujitsu. Well, that's a reason too. So, yeah, I'm just like, the energy is even palpable on the roads and people driving, like the road rage is crazy. Like people are, like they are so triggered. Their shadows are coming up so hardcore, just even driving, that is causing these massive accidents. And I'm like, chill out, dude. It's like, you'll get to where you're getting to. Like, is it really worth you risking your life to cut off somebody on the freeway because they cut you off? Like, it's like, get down to it, it's petty, and people are literally dying here in Arizona. And so I'm like, dude, and I'm like, I'm just trying to get home to James because his car has apparently been stolen, and now I'm stuck here on the freeway because apparently some people just died on the freeway flipping their cars onto two different freeways. So I'm, what? Let's see. Susie says, I'm 49. I used to love driving. Not so much anymore in California. Sumi said, no prescription needed for over-the-counter migraine medication. Roman's like, yeah. Tangi's like, no one wins with road rage. Exactly. So I finally get home, and James says he had already called the police and they were on their way, and he was, obviously nervous, didn't know what to do. Lady Knight says, I feel this plague has brought out the worst in people. But hopefully the biggest healing. Sherry Bug says, I sometimes just think it's no longer people with shadows. It's just people turned into a-holes. Well, maybe their shadow is the a-hole. Maybe they should check their a-hole. Silverstar says, yeah, the people here are cutting people off in the middle of an intersection. It's been wild. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So we're here, and James is like, I don't remember my license plate number because he just got a brand new license plate because he just got his car registered here in Arizona. Lisa's like, where I used to live has really bad drivers. Always have to be on alert, unfortunately. Billy said they are using the army to deliver fuel at the moment in some places in the UK. Lack of HGV drivers making supplies lower, and then media used panic buying. Then everyone buys more and less fuel. Oh, dude, don't get me started on all that. I have a lot to say. Edgar says, OMG, I looked at my candle's shadow and you can see the shadow of smoke, but the candle isn't giving out smoke. I think somebody said something about flames don't create shadows, but the smoke in the candles do. I just saw that recently somewhere. And then I actually tried it, and yeah, flames don't cause shadow. It's interesting. So I tell James, I'm like, you have your VIN number. That's all they need. They don't need your license plate number. I said, it's okay. You have your title. Just get your title, get all that stuff. I was like, you know, I can get like super calm when things are crazy. Like that's when I'm like eerily calm. I get like soft spoken, calm, like got this under control. So then the police officer shows up, and he's talking, you know, to James about, you know, is there anything unique about your vehicle, da 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 da. He had a 98 Acura Integra, but it didn't have the VTEC. It wasn't souped up. It was just a regular kind of worn out car with the seats had wear like stress, like tears in them, like the paint was kind of wearing off and missing. Nothing really special about his vehicle. He says it just gets him from point A to point B, and it's a manual transmission. Let's see, Sherrybug, I never thought about flames not making shadows. Cool. So the police officer is taking all this information, and I look at the police officer's name. You know how they have their last name tag there? And the officer's name is Moriarty. And I'm like thinking, like, Professor Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes, the antagonist? Dude, this is a freaking Matrix. I was like, how is this not a story? Like, I already know this. I'm like, how is this not a story? I was like, Moriarty is at our front door? Really? Really, universe? so 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 then you know, he takes the report and says, you know, we'll contact you if we find the vehicle. If you find it, he's like, please don't drive it because it's been reported as stolen. We don't want to have to pull you over and think that you are the robbers of your own vehicle. Michelle says the heat mirage phenomenon. It may be. I'm not quite sure what the science behind it, but I just know that that's a thing. Tanji says, or his first name is Mari, last name Artie. And Billy said, did you say I want to speak to Watson or Holmes? Like, stat. Sherrybug, now if his partner's last name was Holmes, awesome. If he was like, A. Holmes. Oh my gosh. Maury, you are not the father. Exactly. So that's funny. My doctor I had to see last week was named Shakespeare. Dude, this is like a fantasy world we're living in, you guys. It's not fantasy, it's make-believe. So why get heated up on like some things when it's just fake? It's just fake. So then, you know, we decided for the rest of the day, we were going to have an awesome day. You know, James and I had a talk. Is this girl, you're living in a book? I know. So we had a talk, and I was like, it's just a car, you know? And he was like, it is just a car. It's just it's a thing, you know? What really matters, you know, because like you and I matter. How we treat people matters. How we, you know, the light we try to spread to others matters. And he's like, but all this stuff, he goes, we don't need it. We don't really technically need it. Like, you know, it's, he thought was a test. Like, it's a test of like, you know, how attached are you to your things? if things had to really change drastically, would you be so attached to your possessions and your things that you wouldn't be able to heal or change or, release? And so we're also thinking that it was a form of release of energy of like some old stuff, because it was an old car. He's had it since 98. So, it's like just stuck energy, and not letting that become a block to other things in his life, not letting this thing that's happened all of a sudden putting up a wall saying, oh my gosh, people have stolen from me, So, hold on, let me go back here. Susie's like, I swear George has had a Dr. Dong and Dr. Dick for his prostate. Are you serious? Lisa's like, Dr. Dick. Sherry Bug, watch the Lego movie. Everything is, oh yeah, I have. Everything is awesome. Da, 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 da. Everything's awesome. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Susie's like, we were laughing so bad. Oh my gosh. Superstar says, it's in a book. Reading Rainbow pops up in my head. Reading Rainbow. The more you know. Says, thank you for that laugh, Susie. I did my loud geek one. Jezebel said, flames don't cast shadows because they have no mass and are made of light. Whereas tiny particles float in the heat and therefore has mass and cast shadows when light is put on it. Science dropped on us by Jezebel. Thank you. She put the science to what I could not. Tanji said, I recently had a conversation in a previous live not too long ago. My guide kept wanting people to remember that they need to be okay not having stuff. Yeah, that's been coming up a lot. Yes, Lisa, I also loved the Reading Rainbow. With LeVar Burton. Hello, Geordi from Star Trek The Next Generation. How do you not trust him? Sumi's like, sheet. If someone takes my SpongeBob SquarePants comic book collection, we're fighting. Oh my gosh. Throwing hands. Billy says, I'm doing KonMari at the moment. I want to move, but I'm so attached to my stuff, even though I recognize it's holding me back. Brain kisses for thinking two opposite things at the same time. So yeah, it's, yeah. So it was a thing. Tanji said it took me 3 months to get that Reading Rainbow earworm out of my head a few months ago. You're welcome, girl. It's back. So yeah, James and I ended up just having a great day. Like he said, it felt like his birthday, the day his car got stolen. Oh my gosh. So, because we went out, I mean, we don't smoke a ton of cigars, but I was like, let's go have a cigar. We had a cigar. We had a beer. He wanted to pick up more beers because he says sometimes that's how he copes with things. You know, he just wanted some weed and some beer. So, you know, we went out and we picked up Mary Jane for him. And, you know, and I was like, hey, whatever you want, baby. You know, you feeling kind of low. Like, whatever, you know. So we went out, did that. And we got to watch whatever you wanted to watch on YouTube, movie. Like, I made it like his day, you know. And I've just kind of tried to kind of be there, you know, for him. Oh my gosh, everybody's just laughing. So yeah, and he was kind of like, it feels like my birthday today. I know that my car got stolen today, but it feels like my birthday today, you know, and he was feeling pretty good. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta roll with it. Exactly, Lisa. So we ended up having a great day. A little hungover the next morning. 222 and 123 AA. It's okay, Silver. I replaced with a commercial jingle. So yeah. Then decided to pull a few cards for James. I said because using Lenormand, I'm really good at finding things. Like I'm really good at knowing where things are that have been lost or taken. So I thought, you know, I'm just gonna do a reading. Excuse me. Edgar said, I left a lot of things behind when I just got my place. I had nothing, slept on the floor for days, eating out of cans, but still happy. Things getting better. Exactly. Ooh, Billy said it's 2123 in the UK. All these awesome numbers, you guys. Lady Night, gonna have to watch the rest later. Have a great Saturday. You have a wonderful Saturday, Lady Night. I hope you have a great weekend. Have a fantabulous week. Hope things go well. So yeah, I did this Lenormand reading, and it was to find where is James's car. And it said that his car was near a shed in a field far away, and that it was taken Saturday morning, which seems right because I was having troubles with my truck. I wanted to get one thing fixed, and the place that I got it fixed ended up breaking another thing and then another thing, so I had to take it back a couple of times. And of course, I didn't pay for anything because I don't pay for people's mistakes. So anyway, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if my truck, is like, it wasn't really ready yet, and James's car is now stolen, and now we're kind of like out of vehicles. But then I was like, you know what? This is the universe trying to tell me something. I'm trying to tell James something. So instead of me freaking out and being like, oh my God, why me? I'm like, no, there's a lesson here, and I need to figure out what it is. So in the meantime, I was trying to figure out, where's James's car? And it kind of told me, in a field near a shed far away from here. And I was like, interesting. And so I tapped into the car and I said, let me see what's going on with you. And I could see people taking stuff out from underneath the hood. And I was like, okay. And then I told James, I need to go to the parking spot of where you were. And I said, I'm really good at tapping into the energy of a place and being able to see it play like a VHS tape, kind of like you can rewind it, fast forward, rewind. And so I wanted to see what exactly happened out there. And James is like, I can't go out there. I was like, no, you chill out here, you relax, have yourself a beer. Like, I'm gonna go out there. I want to see exactly what happened. And so I went out there, and this is what, just please. I don't know. It's just like, I could try to teach you guys, I guess. Edgar says sometimes it's hard to trust mechanics. Better to go to a store mechanic than freelance. Sometimes they break things so later you come back. Well, they obviously didn't charge. They were very apologetic. Like, they knew they messed up, and they were like, oh, this is what we broke. And of course they fixed it. They weren't like, oh, we broke this, now you get to come back now. I'm just not going back to them, by the way. I've learned my lesson. Susie said yes, because maybe something would have happened while you were both in the car. Exactly. So I went out to the parking space where James had parked, and it was as a clairvoyant seeing stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So it was already a little past sundown, so I had to use my cell phone light, to kind of see well in the parking space. And basically all I did was, and I guess you guys can try this too, I stood outside of the parking space, I grounded myself, I put up my shields, I'm constantly checking my shields throughout the day, made sure I was like connected, I could feel source energy running through me, and that's basically how I do, like, when I'm getting ready for like my mediumship readings or my tarot readings or anything like that. I just get super connected. And I tried to visualize James's car still sitting there, and I try to imagine that what I'm seeing in my brain, I'm actually seeing with my own two eyes, so like I imagine it hardcore, so it's like I can kind of still see the car still sitting there. And then I was like, deep breath, show me what happened. And so I just kind of allow whatever's coming through to come through, like without my ego, without my mind, trying to second guess and be like, maybe it was more like this and maybe it was more like that, because my mind will try to do that, and I just have to be like, shh. And so I just allow the clairvoyance, I guess, the visions to kind of come in. And surrounding the car, I see 3 guys in their 20s, but they're kind of silhouetted, sort of, so I can't really see faces or anything like that. I see that there's one working on the lock on the driver's side door, because there's no glass on the ground, by the way. I see another guy has somehow popped the hood open, so it looks like that they're just working on a car, which would raise no suspicions in this apartment complex because people are working on their cars in this complex. And so then I see somebody going in through the headlight to do something. And then the next thing I see is just the car backing out, but I hear the gears grinding because they're not very good at stick shift. I feel like the car almost stalled before the first speed bump, and then that's all. Then it stops. And that's all I can see. So then I told James, they're gonna find your car, like they're gonna find your car, and it's gonna be soon. They're gonna find your car soon. Like I said, I just know. And he's like, really? He says, yeah, but how do you know? And I'm like, I just know. I said, I just know in my heart that they're gonna find your car soon. I don't feel like it's going to be the same. And so then that evening we pulled a few more cards, and I said, show me what's going on with you right now. And the car was like it felt tired. And it was like, they've taken everything. They're taking everything out of me. And I'm like, okay. So I told James, I said, I'm pretty sure they've stripped your car. And it is far away in a field, like my card said. And I said, and I know it was 3 young guys. I said, no later than early 20s, maybe early to mid 20s. And he was like, okay. So then Monday morning rolls around, because this was Saturday, early Saturday morning, they stole his car. And by the way, on the ground, I saw like a little piece of a light that they used that was broken. I saw a little piece of the front end of his car. So I knew that they were under the hood. I was like trying to confirm like everything I was seeing in my vision. And then I was just looking for tire marks and stuff like that. So I'm like totally doing some sort of like FBI investigation or CSI or whatever you call it. So then Monday morning, 7:30 a.m., the police department calls. And James was like, what? So they said, hello, this is Glendale Police Department. Glendale is 45 minutes from here. So we live in Tempe. Glendale's about, 45 minutes. And they said that your car has been found. And according to the Glendale police, it was drivable, but it's at the tow yard. So here's the address to the tow yard. Go pick up your car. And he's like, okay, great. And I'm just like, I don't care what they say. I don't think your car's drivable. Like, I just had this feeling that, no, I think they've taken too much, but they said it was drivable. So then I thought maybe I'm wrong. So then we go out to Glendale, and we're in my truck that is kind of like a little sketchy at best because, it wasn't quite fixed all the way. It's fixed now, by the way. My truck is like running superb, I think, because I figured out what shadow I had to work through, and now my truck is fine. But anyway, so we drive out to Glendale, and guess what? Glendale is nothing but fields, open fields everywhere, and industry, like factories and warehouses and tool sheds everywhere. And I was like, this is where your car was. And so we get to the tow yard, and the guy was like, we're here to pick up the car. He's like, pick up the car. Dude, it's just a frame. And James was like, what? He's like, it's a frame. He's like, and James was like, I don't understand. And I'm like, dude, your car is a frame. Like, it's only the frame of the car. And he's like, wait, what? And so the guy's like, yeah, if you want to go back and take a look at it. He says, otherwise, he says, what you could do, your options are tow it to a junkyard. They might be able to give you $100 or $200 for scrap metal, but then you would also have to pay for the tow over there. He says, you still have to pay for the tow here. It was like $54 or something. And he says, or you could have us tow it to your place, wherever you live, and then you could try to fix it, or you could just sign the title over to us, and we'll just, do the whole DMV thing. And so that's what we did. Was he just signed his title over, because we went out to the back, you guys, and it was the frame of the car and some tires. Oh, and the radio. And that was it. Like, everything, the door panels, no seats, no headlights, nothing. It was an empty shell of a vehicle. And I was like, yeah, no engine, no transmission, no nothing. And so they said, yeah, we see this sometimes. They said people just, they said they break into cars, and they'll take all the stuff and put it into a nicer car, like for racing and stuff like that. And they said, so that's probably what they did, because it's an Acura, so they probably needed some parts, so they probably just like, brought it to their friend's garage or something up here. And they're like, how long has this been gone? We're like, 2 days. And they're like, wow, they work fast. Like, And so I'm like, so what police officer in his right mind thought that a car without an engine or an interior or a transmission, looking like it's floating because there's no engine holding it down, was drivable? so, oh my gosh. Susie's like, wow, good choice, Butterfly. What a wackadoodle cop thought that was drivable. I know. I'm like, oh my gosh. Edgar's like, same happened to my brother's car. Not as bad, but they took quite a bit. Sumi said, sorry. Lisa, does he think it was a Flintstone car? I know. I'm like, are we supposed to like run this home with our little feeties? Susie said, yeah, it does suck. Billy said, have you seen the film Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Sounds like the car on the film. Exactly. I love that movie, by the way. So, you know, we signed it over. James was feeling like some Burger King afterwards. So I'm like, hey, whatever you want, you know. But basically, you know, we know that there was some energy that needed to be released. And, you know, him and I have both been doing our shadow work, you know, each night we've been setting aside some time to really like work on our stuff. And he's like, you know, if this was a test of like how like attached I am to my personal possessions, you know, he says, then I hope that I passed, because he says, if the best the dark forces can do is steal my car, then like throw it at me, like I can take it. He says the best you can do to bring down my vibe and you know, try to destroy me as a light worker is to steal my car. Like that's it? That's all you got? Like really? So yeah, we thought maybe it was also a little bit of a test like that, you know, that if let's say you lost things that are very dear to you, how would you respond? Would you let it bring down your vibe? Would you all of a sudden go on a hating spree? You know, yeah, so let's see, big hug to James, yes. Lisa says, it's making room for something better. Exactly. Billy's like, don't poke the bear. But yeah, I mean, you know, so he's not, I mean, yeah, of course it bummed him out, but it hasn't like taken him out. You know, he called up his parents, let him know what happened. Luckily I mean, he didn't have a ton of cash, but you know, they put together a little whatever they could so that we can buy a used car, you know. So I mean, I was like, look at it this way, we're gonna have fun looking for used cars, you know, so we could do that. James survived the witch's darkness. Exactly. If only he would have spoken to fake me, I could have released the witch's darkness. Oh my gosh. Edgar's like, I get upset for a minute, but then breathe and say it's not the end, it's replaceable. But a car, I'll murder someone. Hecate Crossroads, yes. So, okay, so then with my own vehicle, you know, of course, I'm like, there's a lesson for me too, like what's coming up for me, because of course I freak out. Like if my car's not working, like what do we do? You know, because now we're down to one car, my car that, you know, we share. So I'm like, you know, my anxiety comes in and all this stuff, and then I was like, whoa. My truck is trying to tell me something. And these mechanics screwing up is also trying to tell me something. So I went into a meditation, and I even pulled some cards too. And I was like, what is this? You know, James has his car stolen. I'm having truck issues, you know, issues with putting things back together. Syrian! Oh my gosh, girl, hello. So happy to see you. How are you? So, I was tapping into what my truck had to tell me, you know, basically source energy talking through my truck. We've missed you as well, my goodness. And source, my truck, what it had to say is that with the sensors, there was sensors that had gone bad. That was the first thing. That was why I took it in to the place in the first place. The auto shop in the first place. And the truck said, I am a reflection of you. And what's going on in your mind, your energy, I reflect. So when you think that you can't trust your senses, my sensors went out, because it's like I wanted you to see that, and I was like, ah. And then let's see. Oh, yay! Everybody wishing us Syrian hello, hello. So thank goodness he got back his car. He did, sort of, but you know we're gonna get a new one, a new used one. Lisa said, "A death puts into perspective. My car was hit by a drunk driver. Luckily, I was out of the car when it hit, and also have had a bad car accident where it completely totaled. Grateful, alive, and always think." Exactly, and I'm glad that you're okay too. What you're grateful for. Wow. Yes. Yes. Um, so, my truck was like, so you think sometimes that you can't connect to source and that your senses are off. So my sensors went out in the truck. And then when you got me back, I was running rough again because something was wrong. And that's because sometimes you feel that something will go wrong. That somewhere deep inside of you, deep in your core beliefs, and this is the truck talking to me, the deep in my core beliefs somewhere, is I have a feeling that at some point something will go wrong, either with me, with somebody else, and that I'm going to lose things, like James losing his car, right? So I decided to go into some deep shadow work, which I've been working on this for a few days now, this one particular thing. And in my shadow work, I'm like in a turbo lift, and I basically go down into the lowest vibrations of where I vibrate the lowest in myself, my darkest part of me. And I went in there, and it was like seeing me in a dark room, and the only light was being cast on me, and I'm crying, and I could see myself crying, and then I'm just surrounded by darkness. And I'm with Ceridwen. There was like a goddess that was hanging out with me, so I'm with Ceridwen, and I'm actually a little kid. I'm about 7 or 8 years old in this meditation, and I'm looking at my adult self crying in this corner in this dark room, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why am I crying? Why is it so dark here? And so basically what's coming through from the adult version talking to the little kid version of me is that your truck is trying to tell you that in your core belief system, in your heart of hearts, you believe that you're going to lose everyone and everything, that everybody that you've ever loved and cared about, that you could lose them at any moment, and you have a fear of losing things. You have a fear of things breaking and not being the same ever again. That I have a fear of my and things going away, just being taken from me, and that I would be alone, and that I would basically be in a dark room, that I would have nothing, and that I would be with nothing, and I wouldn't have anybody. And it's like my biggest fear is to be absolutely alone with nothing. And so I was like, I started crying in my meditation as I felt so bad for my adult self. And it was like my child self being the wiser version of me, looking at my adult self with pity. This is, did that fear of losing things come from childhood, Sumi? Yes, it did. So, so I ended up having compassion for the girl that I saw, so scared and so full of fear and trauma, crying. And I was like, hey, you know what? You've come so far, and you've been doing a great job. And I hope you know that this is fake. It's not true. It's like totally not true. Because how could you be alone, and how could you be separated from everything and everyone if everything in this entire universe is connected? Like, you're connected to every object, every person, every rock and tree, and every bird on this planet. Everything is connected. And so all of a sudden it was like the lights came on in this little dark room that I'd been in, and like I'm wiping away my tears, and everybody I'd ever known, either passed away or alive, is in this room with me. And I can see myself lighting up with happiness, realizing that it doesn't matter if somebody's crossed over, it doesn't matter if somebody's alive, it doesn't matter. Like I'm never not connected. So to have the belief that I would be absolutely alone is erroneous. And so I I had come up with some affirmations for myself that you are connected, you are loved, you are love, you are abundant, you are a piece of the whole. And and then it was like I was like seeing like like money raining down from the ceiling and hearts and there's people and there's laughter, and I was like feeling pretty good, and I had myself a really good cry, and it was like basically that was the truck reflecting me. That I felt like something's going to go wrong. So you know what? The truck made something go wrong. I felt like something's not going to go right. Nothing can stay good forever. So the truck's like, okay, I'm just showing you what you think is going to happen. Like you think I'm going to break, I'm going to break, you know? But if you don't believe that, then I'm fine. And now I feel like my truck is fine. I am by no means like totally healed from that shadow, but at least I know it's there. And now I know where to direct my energy and what to continue like releasing, because I believe that is it's been a big block, with me progressing forward and, doing things, because I believe that it's all going to go away. And if I think things are going to go away, then how are things supposed to come to me if I believe they're just going to go away, so. Okay, let me go back here. Boop, boop. I missed some people. Billy said, yep, I so resonate with that. Billy, isn't that the one who makes the potion that Talisman takes and then they chase each other? I think Sarah Gwyn is like with inspiration and poetry, I think she's a Welsh goddess. Sumi's like, Tara did that fear of losing. Oh yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, they did come from childhood. Alana, hello. This is hello, beautiful, and everyone in the chat. Alana says, I've been listening and I am in awe of what I'm hearing. I'm so sorry to hear that your boyfriend had his car stolen. But we learned some stuff from it. We're okay. Billy said, I have a heart tattoo for precisely this reason. Beautiful. And Lisa said, wonderful affirmations. Annette says, hello everyone. I missed you already. Lisa said, no longer feeding our fears. Exactly. Ishani said, very well said. Beautiful. Hugs for you. Thank you. Alana said, do you offer mentoring? I would love to learn how to tap into my intuition more. Weed gummies help, but actually there's a playlist I have for free here on YouTube, and it's how to improve your psychic ability. But basically, it's different exercises to help you trust your intuition more. I mean, some of them are fun, some of them are silly, and even though I've already done like the follow-up video for all of those videos, because like I would put out a video, I would want people to participate, and then I would do a follow-up. I'm still answering the comments, even though it's been like a couple years, on some of those videos. So check out that playlist. Participate in the activities, and post your comments so I can interact with you. So it's there for free if you need it. Ishani said, oh, that playlist is awesome. I use them regularly. Yay! Billy said, I fall down that rabbit hole too. I try to focus on what I can do to try to step back from all the can'ts. Exactly. So once I started working on that, I'm feeling a lot better, and things are just like going well around me now. I'm like, okay, and I'm getting more orders, for my shop, more people getting readings from me at kittenswaitsandtarot.com if you guys are interested. But yeah, readings, people saying that they're interested in signing up for my Mayan astrology, more people buying my Wally's World oracles. Somebody bought one of the rainbow bridge pendants that I make, for people who've lost furry, feathery, scaly loved one, and I make a little special spell bottle with their picture in it, and then you can kind of, just keep them close to your heart. But yeah, just like I just feel like things are starting to open back up again, like things are flowing again. I'm like, oh, so that's one of the major blocks. And I know that there's a deeper layer to that shadow too. I know that underneath that there's a self-esteem shadow, which I'm tackling too. I'm like, but you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I thanked my truck. I said, thank you for having the issues that you did, because It helped me to realize what energy I'm putting out. It helped me to find things to work on. So I thank the mechanics for effing up, because without that, I wouldn't know exactly what it is that I should be focusing on. And even James had thanked the people that stole his car. He was like, I thank them for helping me to see that material possessions do not hold me back. So, you know, things do suck, but there's also always a positive too. There's always a balance. Let's see. Michelle said, I didn't know you were still commenting. I really like the series. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I still comment. There's still people trying out the exercises even now. So yeah, I still comment. Yay, I'm glad you love those. Silver Star said that series was amazing. Alana said, I've been having a hard time with lots of stuff going on lately. I recently had my Akashic Records reading. It was very intense this time around. Dude, things have been quite intense. Lisa said, I love and so proud of all the healing everyone is doing. Yeah, all you guys, I know I'm not the only one, and Jim's not the only one going through stuff. I know you guys are all going through different things in different ways, but I also know that the reason everything feels so hard for a lot of people, not everybody, the reason things feel so hard is because it's like, this is the hard push to like really get us to see, okay, what's beyond the issue that I'm seeing. It's not just, I'm so angry at this issue. Where could I have, I think this is where our egos flare up. Where could I have contributed to the issue that's happening? Because a lot of times we don't want to feel like we had any contribution to that. Because like my ego would say, there's no way I would have my truck break. Why would I do that to myself? Why would I have my own truck break? Like, that seems stupid. But that's my conscious self. My subconscious is like, yeah, but you have these core beliefs and you believe that things are just going to break and leave you. So we're going to go ahead and bust your truck up. Or when, James's car got stolen, it could be like, oh my God, the car is stolen. Why would I ever want my car stolen? That seems dumb. But at a subconscious level, it's like, yeah, but how attached are you to your material possessions? And could that be holding you back at some level, or not allowing abundance in at a particular level? So we're just going to go ahead and jack your car. And I think that's kind of sort of, maybe not exactly how it works, but I think that our subconscious energy is out there. And that's why it's so important for us to face the things that we fear the most, and that upset us the most. And maybe not to work on stuff in the heat of the moment, like when we're like raging mad and wanting to cuss somebody out, although, like we said, throat chakra, let it go. But but later on, when we've calmed down and we're like, okay, why did this person like trigger me so much? Or like, why did this situation trigger me so much? Like, how could I have had a hand in it? Like, what's going on with my core beliefs and all of that. So yeah. But this is a great time for all of that, because if we have all this intense energy, moving around in October, then might as well take advantage of it. I'm not saying that all this stuff is going to be easy, but like, wouldn't it be nice if it was finally like just gone? If we might finally made that huge like thing to like release something like finally, and not have to live with it for another like 20-30 years or more. Like, I'd rather just rip the bandage off now, make me cry now so I can heal from it now, and my ego can just take a backseat, because I really, really need to release a lot of this stuff now. And I was even telling James, I feel like I'm a psycho girlfriend. I feel like I have a split personality. Like, I'm like all happy and bubbles one moment, and I'm like crying the next moment. I'm like, oh my God, my life is and I'm just like, what is wrong with me? Like, I feel like I'm a crazy girl. Like, what? Like I said, I wish you would have known me years ago, like, or even last year. I said, when I felt like I was more stable, like I was very, my schedule was so lockstep. And I said, I was so, I didn't feel like I was nuts, and then, and he's like, yeah, but now you're healing. He says, I think that you were stagnant before. And he goes, I'd prefer the person who's healing instead. And so I was like, oh. And I was actually like, yes. So I was like, if I think about what I actually healed in the time that I feel like I'm a crazy person right now, it's been a lot. And there's a lot more realizations, and I'm a lot more willing to finally deal with stuff. Before, I think I used my schedule and things that I did to ignore those things, and now they are shouting in my ear so loud that it's like, you can't ignore this anymore. Like, you're healing from this now, whether you like it or not. Let's see, let me go back here. Billy said, I've been working through stuff too. I've been putting words on craft lolly sticks. So I've been aware of what I'm doing and the effect of that. That's very cool. Edgar, I get rid of all the naysayers, people who automatically try to make me doubt, and keep those who support me. It's all about who you focus, how you focus on your positivity. Exactly. Alana said, thank you for the suggestion. I will definitely be checking out those videos. Excellent. Yay. Let me know how you like them. Billy said, sticks for thoughts, feeling actions in reactions. Excellent. Sumi was just asking Alana where she got her Akashic records read. Lisa said, so true. Reflection is powerful. Billy, I don't feel like I have sovereignty over my life because I need others to do stuff. It's a shadow that I struggle with. Yes. Yeah, and I think that's a big shadow for a lot of people too. Lisa said, I'm digging the wisdom of the Shadow Oracle deck. It's helped me and my sister working on stuff. That's wonderful. Alana, I recently started a YouTube channel, but having a hard time with the motivation to keep up and many things, including my channel. I have all these great ideas, but to put things into practice is hard. So then, it could be a blockage of some sort. Not that you don't have creativity. Obviously, you said you have ideas and creativity. But just to kind of go down, back down into, core beliefs and shadow, and try to figure out what is preventing you from doing something that you seemingly would have fun doing and would love to do. So there's something down in there that I think if you peeled the layers back enough, you'd be able to see maybe it was an incident or multiple incidences that would be translating into the now of, I don't want to do this subconsciously because, and then the shadow work would be able to fill in the blank. Whereas consciously, you're like, I want to do the thing, so there's a disconnect, and it's usually because it's that stuff that's way down there that, just needs to be worked on, just like all of us have stuff to be worked on. And I think that comes up with manifestation too. Like consciously, people would love to manifest a house, more money, deeper connections, a relationship. And yes, consciously, yes, we want those things. But our manifestation comes from the core. I do, at least what I believe. And so if the core belief says, no, I'm not worthy of a relationship, I'm not worthy of money, or I'm not worthy of this or that, or I'm not good enough, then where the magic comes from there, the magic is saying, okay, she doesn't want this yet, or he or she doesn't need this yet, or not ready for it. Whereas consciously, we're just like doing all we can. And so that's where the shadow work comes in. And difficult but needed. Let's see. Oh, Sumi says, it's your Gemini. Yeah, exactly. Silver Star says, won't that champagne cork to pop? Yes, yes. Sarian said, hugs, been there. You're not alone. It's up. Of course. Release. Sometimes, Sarian, we just need to release. It's okay. And like you said, yes, we are humans. Our emotions are valid. And Silver Star said, I feel like I've been like this too. I know exactly what you mean. I hit 40. It's been a year of healing, reflection, and shadow work. Just kept saying it's to help me in the long run. Exactly. I'm like, is it because I hit 40? Or what is it? But yeah, it just happens to be in alignment with everything that's going on this year, no matter what age anybody is. It's like, okay, we're clearing out some stuff. And in Mayan astrology, this year is considered a 9 Ik year. Ik year is representative of, it's the Nahual of the hurricane. And so it's the winds of change, and 9 is a very fertile number. And so that means lots and lots of energy. So if there's something to be cleared, everybody's experiencing it in various ways throughout various points of the year, because it's like, okay, you learned some stuff last year. Doesn't matter, if what you learned is the same thing that somebody else learned, you learned something. Your eyes were opened up to something. So then now this year, because last year was a Kaban year, 8 Kaban, this year is like, okay, now we're clearing it all away. It's gonna be fun. And you're like, no. But yeah, so yeah, expect throughout the entirety of this year, going on into February, because the Maya calendar is a little bit different. It kind of goes like February to February-ish, sort of, because it's a lunar calendar. It's a 260-day calendar. So yeah, just know that going on into like February of technically our next year, we're still clearing. We're clearing stuff. Alana said, oh, to Sumi, you would find an expert reader who specializes in accessing the Akashic records. I'm in Toronto, Canada, and went to a metaphysical store. Ooh, okay. Flower, hello, hello. How are you? You guys are having great conversations. Everybody welcoming in Flower. Bless you. Silver Star said in a personal 9 years, so it makes sense. So yeah, that's what's been going on, you guys. So, I could look at this all at just like face value and say, oh man, this has happened, and this has happened, and this has happened, and and I feel like sometimes I'm losing my stuff, and it could really bring me down, and sometimes it does, and that's okay because we're human. But as long as we can take a look at it and be like, okay, I've calmed down now. What's this like trying to show me? Even though like my ego's like, no, I didn't have any hand in this. It's just, I just think some big stuff's coming up for us, and it's a big opportunity for us to heal. If we could just like let our ego know that it could just chill out for just a second. Like we found out what the problem is, like, thank you, ego. But now we have a wonderful opportunity to heal. And I know it kind of sounds like interesting when somebody's like, oh wow, so this crappy thing happened to me, now I get to find the wonderful healing in it, like like, yes, like, actually, yeah. And it shifts our energy too, from being a victim and being powerless to having some power in it. I have the power to change how I'm responding to the situation. I have the power to heal some things so that maybe similar things don't happen, because I've already learned the lesson now. I don't need to have it happen again. So it's just a wonderful, opportunity, even though I know that sometimes these things aren't wonderful. Let's see, let's go back here. Flower said, greetings from the Netherlands. I'm coping, sort of, thank you. Yay, well, hello, welcome. And hope you have fun with the rest of our chat today. Oh yeah, Annette also said, bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Silver Star said, the beginning of the year, I said it was going to be a shadow work year. Didn't know all this at this time. Makes lots of sense. Lisa says, it's not about how much weight you carry, it's how you carry it. Exactly. Billy said, I'm really struggling to manage emotions. Feels very all or nothing. Girl, we're with you on that one too. Yeah, sometimes it feels like there's so much emotions at once. And I think, at least for me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but how I grew up was the only emotions you were allowed to have were either extreme, like insane anger, or you could be very happy. But there was nothing in between, because emotions were seen as weak, as those are things that just get in the way. There's no time for them. And I think that I had filled up a lot of my life with to-do lists and things that, you know, take my time. So I wouldn't have to deal with certain emotions. And I think that now that I'm going through a healing process, as we all are, all of my emotions sometimes hit me at once. And sometimes there's so many of them, I don't even know how I'm feeling. Like James is like, what do you feel? And I'm like crying. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm sad. I don't know if I'm upset. I don't know if I'm happy. Like I literally don't know. It's like I'm being flooded with emotions. And so that's also part of my healing, is now I have to really get reacquainted with emotions, which come naturally to us as human beings. And I've made them a foreigner in my own body. I've made my own emotions foreign to me. You know, unless they're in their extremities, like I'm extremely in love, or I'm extremely happy, or I'm extremely angry, but I don't know about all the subtle emotions. And so I'm getting reacquainted with those and getting to like know myself again. Like it's almost like parts of me are a stranger to my own self. But I figure better late than never. Whatever, as long as I'm doing it now and I'm working on these things now, then great. Should I have probably worked on these a long time ago? Yeah, but you know what? I can't build a DeLorean and go back in time with a flux capacitor. So I can only work on it right now. And that's the best that I can do. And I know that it's going to help the future me. So there you go. Let's see. Let's go back here. Flower says, it's not like the commercials say Gemini. Gemini is one of my favorite signs, by the way. Ooh, ooh. Let's see, some more good conversations. Tangi said, this was lovely. Thank you, dear. Off to fly my spaceship. Take care. Boop. Take care, Tangi. I hope you have a great Saturday, rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful week. Rebellious Saints, I'm so happy for you. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Lisa said, so relatable. I had to bury mine to function and survive in my household. Exactly, it's also a survival technique. Sarian said, better late than never. Exactly. Edgar said, wow, you know your Back to the Future terminology. Of course, 80s child. Flower says, it's probably the season 2 for me. My nerves feel shot, and when someone ignores me, for instance, I'm upset for an hour, but I remind myself I'm working on me. Exactly, you know, things are coming up more intensely. You know, sometimes like things will just trigger me and I'll be like, no, I'm gonna be pissed for the rest of the day. And then I'm like sitting there, oh, but I don't actually want to be pissed the rest of the day. I want to do other things. And so then it's like, oh, maybe I have to work on this trigger too. Sumi said, Susie said, Sumi, I think Tara is Scorpio rising. Yes, I am actually. Maria, hello, hello. Much love from Minnesota. Hello. Alana said, yep, that happens to me too. Sometimes the feelings just creep up on me all of a sudden, and then it is just a snowball effect with runaway thoughts that don't stop. Billy said, defo the whole good cop, bad cop on your shoulder. Yeah, definitely. Like you're sitting there and you're like, you got your arms folded, and the one side's like, yeah, just don't give in. And the other side's like, maybe you could use this as a healing experience. And you're like, who do I listen to? Flower's like, oh, like all my exes and crushes were Scorpio rising. Sorensen, any common song recommendations to do for karaoke? Hey, if you have somebody to sing with, I say do Sonny and Cher, I Got You, Babe. Because that plays in my head sometimes a lot. That would be great for karaoke. Let's see. Sumi was letting Susie know that she has a Scorpio sun, Venus, Uranus, and 7th house. Billy said, meteor shower till you get into tailspin and flop. Oh, speaking of meteor shower, on tomorrow I believe tomorrow there's a meteor shower. And then we have 2 more astrological things coming up. There's like another meteor shower. So yeah, hey, keep your peepers open at night. Maybe catch yourself a meteor shower. Sarian said, I'm going to karaoke tonight. Psh, nice. Edgar said, triggers suck. Lots of meditation needed. I have a lot of anger due to suppression and bullying, so I'm working on that. Hey, as long as we're working on stuff. As long as we're working. Oh, Billy's recommendation is, I'm every woman deep down in Bust out some Whitney Houston. Love Whitney Houston. Let's see. Ishani said, I'm like that too. I'm a Scorpio rising in tropical astrology. Flower is a music fan. Billy says it's Pallades. Oh yeah, the Palladian meteor shower, and then we're gonna have an Orion meteor shower, I believe. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for meteor showers, you guys. Somebody talking to Ishani. Billy said I was watching my top 30 tracks from 1984 last night. Alana, actually, I think there is going to be a meteor shower tonight. I got an alert on my weather app. Hey, maybe I should go check and see, especially because, well, at least in certain parts of Arizona, you can see the night sky a little bit better. Not so much here in the city, but we could go to a place where it's darker. So everybody's saying hello to Biplab. And Flower said, interesting, Sumi. I have 5 planets in the 7th house in Pisces. Woo! Yeah, for me, yeah, of course, you guys know I have my Gemini sun, I have my Libra moon, my Scorpio rising. I have tons and tons, I would say like 90% of my chart is air. And then, well, like for Western astrology. And I have like a little dab of fire, and there's like a little dab of water, and there's absolutely no earth. There's no earth at all in my chart. Explains my inability to sometimes be grounded. Just means I have to work on it harder. Flowers like Pleiades meteor shower. Nice. Let's see, but for Mayan astrology, I'm known as 5 Akbal, and Akbal is like it represents like the first rising of, like the first ever rising of the sun, new beginnings and newness, and 5 always being quick and in a rush. And that's kind of my energy too, is like I want to be like the first for things. I want to get things done quickly. Like I have no patience at all for most things. So my lesson in my chart is to like learn to like wait on some stuff. It's also learning to balance my feminine and my masculine. Yeah, it's just all kinds of things going on in my my astrological chart. But also the year lord that I'm under is Eek. So this year is actually my year lord. So there's, you know, there being a connection there too. I feel more intensely the year because I happen to share this year lord from the year that I was born. Let's see. Billy said, you can also get free astrology charts from Lily Ashwell, who made astrology deck. I don't know the time of my birth, so I can't do those. But what's nice, actually, in Mayan astrology, you don't necessarily need the time of your birth. You just need your birthday. You need the day, the month, and the year. And we can do a whole Mayan astrological chart. The time of birth is just good to kind of incorporate some more of the time of day, because that has particular meaning too. But yeah, we can do all sorts of things without your actual time. So let's see. Shani said, yes, cafe astrology is great. You can find your tropical and sidereal signs too. Flowers like, wow, yes, I have mostly water. It's a nuisance. Shani said, we'll try Lily Ashwell. Alana, I'm a Virgo Sun, Gemini Moon, and Libra Rising, Virgo Venus. I have a lot of air in my chart. I'm always flying in my dreams too. Me too! Hey, me too! Biplab said, I joined lately, so don't know what is that is being discussed here. But since many folks here are asking questions about music, so let me too. Can music be used as a catalyst to intensify a meditation? I think everybody is different when it comes to meditation. For me, I can just meditate in silence, but I think that I have more unique meditations when I have like my earbuds in and I have some sort of music playing. But if I'm going to do music, I put it through an app that I have for binaural beats. So it like has, I don't know, it's just supposed to affect your brain a little bit differently because of like the frequency, like the hertz and all that stuff and the beat that it has. So I don't know. I think everybody's different. I have more unique, I would say, meditations with music than Sam's music. Let's see. Flower said, because it's the year of the Lord. Just kidding. Susie said, birth time affects the ascendant. Billy said, I'm going to spell it wrong, but have you had Killian photography done where they photograph your aura? No, I have not. I think it's Carillion or yeah, girl, I don't know either. But I know what you're talking about, the aura photography. I finally got. There's somebody. Maybe I'll post it after this live chat because off the top of my head I don't remember. But she does our photography here in Arizona, in Phoenix actually. So I was thinking of booking a session with her, but no, I haven't had it done, but I do want to have it done because I think it seems awesome. Let's see. Lena, hello, has been listening while getting home. Lots of Scorpios here, gotten rather skilled at shadow work. Sumi said, water is powerful. Be happy you have water in your chart. Yeah, it's just a little bit, little fire, little water, no earth. Let's see. Annette said, the Lily Ashley natal chart is pretty, but I can't figure out how to print it. Oh. Biblap, hi Ashani, thanks for bringing me here. Feels like a familiar place somehow. Well, Biblap, we're happy to have you here. Aw. Ashani said, Biblap is a good friend of mine who is stepping into spiritual practice. Well, welcome, welcome. More than welcome here. Everybody's got all various kinds of backgrounds here. We all just, I mean, who knows where our live chats go? Like sometimes we have some in-depth live chats. Sometimes we're using stuffed animals to do readings. Like sometimes we're just being like super silly. Sometimes we're just like having an 80s flashback. Like you never know what's going to happen during these live chats. Billy said, I had K photography done and it was amazing. I had called in angel protection for the event, but I was grieving and the photo showed surrounded by green, but with dark splotch over your heart. I want to do that so bad. Like, I can't wait. Leanne said, Tara, kisses both cheeks up to you too. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Flower said, I worked in our local New Age shop and they had someone come by that did our photos, but I kind of found them out. Ooh. Alana said, have you ever had an Akashic Records read or anybody else in the chat? I haven't had somebody else read my Akashic Records, but in my meditations, I've gone to my Akashic Records. So I kind of, I guess, sort of read them myself, but no, I haven't done it, like had somebody else do it for me, so I don't know anybody to recommend, but like I think what other people were saying, maybe in the chat, if somebody else has had maybe some Akashic Records readings, maybe you can post them here. So Lisa said, back OMG, Aura photography, so want to do that. Billy said it was amazing. Leon said our photography, yeah, it's interesting. Shawnee said, I love everything. Oh, the lives, all the playlists and the Instagram uploads. Well, thank you. All right, so let's see. Biplab said, thanks for the warm welcome note. Well, you're always welcome. Usually, like it's around like 12:30-ish is usually when I do my live chats here, Pacific Standard Time, because I'm here in the States in Tempe. But yeah, so yeah, just kind of pop on in. People pop in and out and whatnot. But yeah, we just kind of try to have a good time here. But yeah, okay. Before I go today, I said I wanted to do a quick run through of a deck I literally just got today, so I haven't really looked at the cards at all. We'll take a look at this one. It's called the Radiant Tarot. And I think this one might be a good healing deck too, but I'll do a proper review video. But since we're here in the live chat, I figured we could look at it together. And then let's do a mega healing. And let's let the focus be just clearing. And even if stuff gets brought up, let's have us remember that it's for our best and highest good, and that this is the final thing. This is the final thing. Like, we're finally going to release this. We finally are going to work on the thing that we've been putting off, that we are finally taking a stand and understanding that this is like a time for some great healing at a very, very deep level, so that we can grow and be better people, and we can shine brighter and bring more other, light beings into our energetic field. Let's see, let's go back here. Michelle said, I have had one person read my records. It was for practice. I have gone up myself and I am currently learning how to read them for myself than others. Hey, very cool. Ishani said, it's almost 1 a.m. in India, so we can ping each other. Wow, you stay up so late, girl. Billy said, please can you consider scheduling your lives? I struggle with working out the time difference thing. Sure, I can do that too. No worries. Lisa said, clearing the way. And Flower said, supposedly there's a small mountain in China that has scribed scrolls dating back thousands of years that correspond to every minute. Wow. And date and person born, and you can look up your life advice there, sort of like an Akashic record. That's interesting. So Susie's like, that's definitely amazing. And Flower's like, yes, but it's sad that China has a nasty regime now. There's so much beauty, like, in every person's country. And it's so sad when cabal, dark forces, whatever it may be, just puts a shadow, casts this shadow, over these beautiful places and these beautiful people and all that they have to give and all that they can do to help people. And it's just, ugh. But see, that's what we're really working with right now. And that's why we need to clear all our stuff, or at least be working on clearing that stuff. So we can, pull back those dark clouds, so we can really let this world shine the way it needs to shine, So one way we can do that is really by going into our own shadow work and working on ourselves is actually how we help everybody else too. Because imagine if everybody was working on their shadows, like all around the world. I don't think there would be any evil forces. Do you? Let's see. Let's go back here. Biplap said it's 10 to 3, not 1 in the morning. Oh. V, hello. Shani said, I love your chats and always try to be there whenever I'm awake. It's usually 1 a.m. in India when you start. So as long as I'm awake, I try to be there. And at times I doze off. It's totally cool. Everybody welcoming in V. Billy said it's 22:22 in the UK. And Flower said maybe it starts with awareness. If enough people are aware of these things, evil cannot persist. That too. Lisa said, heal ourselves to heal the world. Light workers unite. And Lena said 23:23 in Norway. You guys are all over the world here. Okay, so yeah, we'll do a mega clearing. Let's come together to do a big clearing at the end and allowing in the things that need to be cleared, regardless of what our ego wants, so that finally, we could stop having certain repeating lessons, come up for us, so we can like heal at the deepest levels. Like I said, I know it's not comfortable, it's not always pleasant, and can be quite painful, but remember, just like what my core belief was, way down in there, locked in the little dark room, is that I think I'm disconnected from everyone and everything, that somehow I would be alone. And remember that that's a false belief. So if you go back and that's something that you feel like, I'm all alone and I don't want to burden anybody else with my problems, or I don't want to, tell people what's really going on with me for fear of like what they might think, just know that everybody's human, therefore we experience a lot of the same things. And so people really do know what you're going through, and people really can understand. And even if they haven't gone through the same thing as you, they understand at a human level that you are human too. And so reach out, talk to people. If you're not comfortable talking to, therapists or whatever, then talk to friends that you trust, talk to people on here, DM people, reach out, email, and just, if you got to get it out, get it out. Because sometimes we need to heal, not by ourselves, but together, which is why I do these live chats too. So if you're struggling just a little bit, or even a lot, a lot of people here have Instagrams, we have email addresses. My email address is actually in my description box down below. And just reach out. And like I said, there's wonderful therapists out there too. There are great psychologists, there's good counselors, there's other, light workers and stuff like that, other people who are here to help. So if you feel like your ego is telling you you're all alone and nobody wants to hear your problems, that's your ego. That's false. I'm saying that right now. It's false. People do want to help you, because don't you want to help people? So yes, other people want to help you too. So reach out, please. Reach out. Okay, let's see. Billy said the lesson will be repeated until it is understood. Yes. And Flower said Norway is lovely. I've been there once. Only thing is the drinks and smokes are so expensive. Really? Lisa said yes. This was a convo with myself this morning with repeating patterns. Alana said, when accessing the Akashic records, you can learn things about your ancestors and past lives that could be affecting you in your current life. Oh, and Alana, by the way, there was a spread that Silver Star Priestess had shared with me from Mitchell Osborne. He has a YouTube channel. He's really cool. And I don't think we have time today, but in our next live chat, or maybe on Instagram, I'll just like post his spread that he created. But he did something really cool, so I'll make sure he gets the credit for it. Obviously it's not mine, but yeah, we could do it next week, or I'll just post it on Instagram too, so stay tuned for that. Let me go back here. Sumi said, talk to your pets, they will listen. Yes, they do. They are quite the little light beings themselves. Billy said, this is a beautiful space. Thanks for creating this. Lisa said, send notes with Hedwig. Surian said, yes, so much love. Thank you, everyone. Lena said, yes, Flower. Yes, very expensive, but pretty northern lights. Flower said, thanks for, it's really kind. Do not have good experiences with my therapist. That's what, yeah, just keep searching until you do find people that you connect with. That's what I say. I'm like, don't let certain people that we don't connect with like deter you. Because I know that for every therapist we may connect, there's probably a couple therapists we don't connect with. So yeah, reach out. Aries, hello. Michelle says, I just watched Mitchell's live this morning. Oh, Billy posted a link for you guys. It says, for supportive places, here's a blog list of some in the UK. And it says, here's a page for bereavement support options sites. So there you go. Thank you, Billy, for posting those. And Flower said, yeah, but I was couch surfing, so no hotel expenses. I had a friend, her name was Cecil Robertson in Christensen. Ooh. Michelle said, let's do it next week in the live, even if you post on Instagram, please. I like our group readings. All right, cool then. We'll do it in our live chat next week, 12:30. This time I'll schedule it. Lisa said, yes, find your safe space. Sarian said, take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Billy said, I found Megan Devine, a good one for bereavement support. And Susie said, and support one another. Aw, thank you. Ari said, same with tarot readers. And Surian, thank you for letting me join you all. So yay. So yeah, if you guys have to go, then yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and weekend. I just quickly wanted to show people the deck that came in, just kind of give you guys a sneak peek before I do my actual review of this. Yeah, and then let's do a big healing. Let's do this. Let's see. Flower said, I'm a male, by the way, guys. Don't let my name mislead you. Okay, dude. Billy said, thanks for scheduling. It's great because when YouTube shows the local time for it being on. Oh, okay. And Lisa, love to all. Have a beautiful and bomb a Saturday. And that said, gotta go. Take care, everyone. Lena said, that sounds like a lot of fun. Flower, I don't think I know her, but I lived there some years ago, actually. Hope you had a good time. Okay, so this deck, just quickly going to show you guys because I haven't really looked at it at all. It's called the Radiant Tarot. It's a giant box if you can't see. It says it's by Alexandra Eldridge and Tony Barnstone. So there you go, big old box. And like I said, I haven't looked at it at all. So it's got a giant guidebook. I will read through it so I can do my proper review later on. Bernadette, hello. And here are the backs of the cards. Got a beautiful sun. And let's just take a look at a few of these and let's see what you guys think. Because I'm going to do a review for this next Sunday. And by the way, one of the videos might be our tarot workout. It's time that we did another one of those. So that'll be fun. Bernadette said, first time here. Well, hello. So right now, we just kind of like chit-chatted about a lot of stuff, but right now we're just kind of taking a look at a deck that I literally just received today. So I haven't looked at any of the cards. I don't really know what the cards look like because it hasn't been released yet. It'll be released in early November, and then we're going to do a big healing at the end. So if you want to stick around for the healing, I always encourage people to join in. You know, the more the merrier, I say. But yeah, it's got really lovely artwork. Wow, dude, this is cool. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Wow. And then we have the world. Okay, let's see if there's any. Okay, it looks like it might be a pip deck, but it looks like it might be illustrated. Like there's enough stuff going on where I think you could figure out what's going on in these pips. Maybe, I don't know. Not really a fan of pips, but we'll see. Okay, so gives you guys just an idea. Like I said, I'll do an actual like walkthrough review as I get to know this and read the guidebook and, you know, give it my proper thoughts. But I thought I would just share it. All right, so if you guys would like to stick around, please do so. If you cannot stick around, I know that you got things to do. So just know that if you're open to the healing will come to you. I do encourage you guys to, you know, join in, whatever you do. So maybe you do Reiki, maybe you do the Care Bear stare. I don't know what you guys do, but put that energy out there. And the focus of this energy is to tap into that iki. Remember we said the hurricane, that wind, and we want the winds of change to continue blasting through. And knowing that although things are uncomfortable, that we have a support system, we deserve to be healed, and we will reach out if we need. Okay, so that's the focus, is that the winds of change, let's continue helping them usher it through, blast it through, because we deserve to heal. We deserve to see these things, and we know that if things get difficult, we will reach out. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so let me go back here to what you guys said. I missed you guys. Everybody was saying, welcoming Bernadette. Flower said, yes, I remember the air was so fresh there and the houses were painted white. Everybody welcoming her in. Sumi said, I love the 9 of Cups. And Silver Star, you would love to do the spread together. I love our group reads. Thank you for all of you. I love our Saturday chat, Snacks and Tarot. You're the best. Aw, thank you. Ashani was commenting on the deck that it really is cool artwork. Yes. Alana says, I just got the African Goddess Rising. Oh, I was looking at that one actually. Oracle and the Halloween Tarot by Los Scarabeo today. And Bernadette said, I am a Capricorn. Oh, then maybe you liked one of the images on the astrological card connected to Capricorn. So Silver Star also welcoming in Bernadette. Bailey said, eek, I just drew a card to ask how I could take best care of my inner child tomorrow and got the Tower card. Maybe the return of the migraine will make the care no in my control. Maybe. Let's see. Like, what would the migraine be teaching you? Maybe you could start, asking those too. Flower said, I'm kind of the archetypal Pisces male, King of Cups. I'm entirely male, but also like cooking, tarot, nature, walks, and flowers. And Bernadette's like, hello. Lena said, yes, lots of white houses. Never thought about that actually. Oops, hold on. But yeah, Billy, please can I have a gentle breeze rather than a storm force winds? Of course, it's whatever you're comfortable with. Silver Star, it's a beautiful deck. I need to behave. Flower said, reach out on YouTube. Not always easy on this platform. Leanne, everybody just saying hello to everybody. Aw, Billy said to be still and accept a need for rest and recovery rather than rushing forward when tired. Bernadette said, I am a Capricorn, December 30th. Flower said maybe the Tower means you should let the chips fall where they may, perhaps. Susie letting Bernadette know that December 30th is also her son's birthday. Very nice. Synchronicities. Okay, so here we go, you guys. Like I said, whether you do however you move the energy, the focus of this particular healing at the end of our chat is to help usher the winds through, because we do deserve to heal. We do deserve this, and it's time. And we know that if things get rough, we're not going to listen to that little voice in our head that says we're all alone, because that's just not true. And you're going to reach out, okay? Because there's a lot of people here who are willing to listen, okay? All right, so let's do this. Join in if you want. You don't have to, but just know that the energy will come to you, okay? And it doesn't matter when people watch this, because energy doesn't know time or space, so. All right, you guys. Whew. That felt intense, but good. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Have a beautiful weekend. Hope you guys have a great week. Like I said, for this Radiant Tarot deck, I'll do a review. You guys will see it next Sunday, not tomorrow, but next Sunday. And I'll do another tarot workout. So we'll do a little like live chat tarot workout. I usually do those like around noon-ish. So like noon Pacific Standard Time. So I'll like put a message on YouTube what time we'll do that. Bring a deck or not, and just like have fun. Some people just like to watch and laugh. That's fun too. Or you can work out as well. But we use tarot cards like to do like funsy type workouts. As you can tell, I don't really have any workout equipment here, but we turn stuff into workout equipment. So let's do that sometime this week. That'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll find a couple other videos to make for you guys. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend and week. So everything will do. All right. You guys have a great weekend. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.